Hello, so today we're adding a little bit of load into our workout. I've just got 1.5 kilogram weights here, and I've got a yoga block to support in our side kick kneeling positioning, which can be a little bit tricky sometimes. So as we're adding this light weight into our workout, even though they're light, we really want to hone in and focus on our Pilates principles still. That intentional movement when we move with purpose, and our foundation, so our breath, our precision, our concentration, our flow. So as you add load into your body, you're going to have to really try and stabilize and control. So I want you to be mindful of that and just really tune into that mind-body awareness. So let's get going. Weights to your sides for the moment. Come to a kneeling position. Bring your hands onto your thighs, palms up. Let's shut down the eyes for a moment and make sure that we're just dropping into the sit bones. We're not overarching that lower back. The collarbones are nice and broad, the ears are over your shoulders, you're pulling up and back into your throat, crown of the head, drawing up towards the ceiling, ribs melting in. We're going to do 3 nice deep breaths here, breathing into the sides and back of your body, so that lateral breath, inhaling. Exhale out the mouth. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale again. Last breath out. Let it go, flutter open the eyes. Reach those arms up to the sides. Your elbows are heavy and your elbows are soft. We're going to take it into a little hugger tree. So we're going to hug that tree as we pull the ribs and the abs back. Think about your cat position, and then inhale, open the chest, think about cow. So it's sticking your bottom out, sticking the sit bones out, and then drawing them underneath you. I want you to inhale as you open your chest, and then exhale, knit everything in. Pull those ribs and abs back. Inhale, open. Just mobilizing and warming up. Exhale. Inhale, feel those sit bones kind of rocking over your heels, coming together and spreading apart. Last couple. Inhale, last one. Curling under, and then bring yourself all the way up to a seated position. We're going to come into our kneeling position. So we're coming into our Pilates stance with our heels together, okay, and squeezing those heels together. The knees are slightly wider than right underneath your hips, just slightly, okay? And I want you to feel that tailbone tucking down and the quads pulling up, almost like you're squeezing everything in towards your midline. Okay, let's start with some postural work. Elbows to the side body. Make sure you're not leaning back. The ribs are tucked in. Okay, we're just going to open and then bring it in. Okay, so as you do this, again, we come back to that intention. We're not just flopping our arms back and forth. I want you to think about your shoulder spinning open. And as you do that, you should feel your shoulder blade connect into your upper back. Okay, so that's what we want for that postural work. We want to get all those little muscles working. We'll be opening the chest but not popping the ribs. Okay, so you're taking it out and in, just breathing freely, focusing on that length through your spine and the crown of your head, and starting to feel those muscles warming up, seeing what it feels like with load. And we're going to do 4 more, and then we're going to add on, start to layer this up. Good. Try not to let those elbows move too much. They're in the sides of your body. Last one. Okay, take it out. We're going to reach both arms forwards. Now, try not to lean backwards. Again, feeling that load, stabilizing with your center, your lower abdominals. Pull the elbows in and back through center. Okay, so as you reach forwards, you're going to have to pull those abs. Slide the elbows back through to parallel. Open and reach. Good. Breathing in, breathing out. Just noticing what's happening in your center, how it's stabilizing you as you take load away from your center of gravity. Always being mindful. We're going to do 4 more here, and then we'll keep adding on. How stable is your body? Squeeze those heels. Okay, this next one, we're going to take it up. We're going to pulse and pulse. Just think about your elbows and then bring it all the way back in. So 2 little pulses, 1 and 2, back and in. Open, 1 and 2, back and in. Keep going like this. So it's all about those elbows just pulsing in that sort of mid-range movement. Squeeze those heels. Good, we've got 4 more. Back through and in. Keep those abs drawing in, your breath is flowing, your arms are out on that diagonal. Should be feeling those muscles now building up. Okay, last one, we're going to take it up. Little pulses, just holding it here, pulse. So the elbows coming directly down towards the floor, bend and straighten. Bend, reach, bend, reach. 10 more, I know, they're only light. Keep reaching from the crown of the head, push forwards, that's it. For 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. It's not over, we take it up. Take a breather, remember, a little pause all the way back. Big circle. Nice big movement around that upper back. Really stretching and opening that chest. And around. Good. Let's do 4 more. Big circle, soft through those elbows, coming from those shoulders. Love using these light weights because you can get a lot of mobility in as well. And then last one. And back. Really good. Okay, we are going to take our weights into our left hand, bring our right leg out to the side, okay? Take a little stretch, so lunge it out. We're a little angle on our leg. Just taking a breather through those arms. Stretch it out. Okay. So from here, let's switch our hand actually. Bring our weights behind our head, lift and lower. So a little tricep. You can use 1 or 2 weights here. Reach and then lower. Reach and lower. Good. Keep pushing up and down. Your elbow is staying in the same position. It is not moving. Okay, so it's about a little bit of shoulder mobility here. Abs are in, tailbones tucked. Tuck the back toes under if you need to. 4 more. Try not to let that head come forwards too much. It's about your arm moving and nothing else moving. Stabilizing through that body. Last one. Good. Okay. So we're going to come down into our side kick kneeling positioning. This can go underneath your hand if you need it to. Okay, so see how you feel. You're going to be in this position, okay? See how you feel, angle your block, and maybe tuck the back toes under, okay? If you don't need it, great, bring your hand down. What I do want is this underneath hip to be swinging forwards. So I'm going to come back onto my block, give me a little bit more height. The other leg is out to the side, toes facing forwards. We're going to bring those weights down, 1 or 2 weights, up to you. Our wrist is underneath our shoulder is connected into our back. Okay, so we're going to draw the elbow up and then resist down. So a little bit of pace as you come up and a slow descent, just to make sure that we are staying really aware of what's happening in our body and we're resisting the up and the down. Okay, so elbow up, not too far behind you. Should be just in front of your body, and I want you to feel that tension the whole time. Okay, 2 more, and then you've got an option to add on a leg lift. Last one. Okay, this time as you reach those elbows up, I want you to lift the leg and then bring it down. So elbow up, leg up. I'm gazing down at the weights. And as my elbow comes up, I'm gazing forwards. Okay, right knee still faces forwards, and we're squeezing that underneath glute. Adjust yourself if you need to, making sure that the weight hasn't drifted too much into our hand, into that arm. It's in the center of our body. We should feel the side of the glute here, and of course the underneath glute. 3 more. Elbow, and 2, last one, holding it here. The weights can stay near your body. You can place them down as well as you lift and lower your leg. Okay, if you want an added challenge, weights to the side of your leg, lift and lower. Press up into the weights and down. You are lifting from the crown of your head. We're pushing this underneath hip forwards. The leg may not come up too high. That's fine. A little bit of load, a bit of more challenge. We're going for 4 and 3 and 2 and then last one. Good. Okay, we're going to fold ourselves around, bring those weights down, get rid of that block for the moment, and come into our all fours positioning. We're just going to need one weight here, so bring the other one to the side. Your weight is going to go into the back knee. That leg that was just moving, that's the one it's going behind. Okay, heels of the hands underneath your shoulders, and your knees underneath your hips. Remembering where we were with our intentional movement, okay? That we are drawing the crown of the head away from the tailbone, pulling the ribs up, and imagining the move that's about to happen. To begin with, we're squeezing the weight towards us, and we're just going to tilt ourselves. We're going to twist over and then back through center. So right toes go away, and we're stretching the right side of our body and cinching in the left side. You are not arching your back. Your back is still staying nice and neutral, so you're not kind of just swinging around. You're pulling your toes over the other leg and back through center. You can always put a little towel underneath your knee if you need to. Okay, so we're going to add this on and get another layer going. Okay, this time we're going to take it across the body, back through center. Now you're going to lift your leg up. So the knee is facing down, the hips are square, and then we draw it back through. Taking a moment to make sure we're in the right place with our bones and body. Lift, back through, turn, and center. You should get a nice little stretch there. So as we lift our leg, we're not using our back. We're pulling everything in, rolling the thigh bone in, and staying nice and neutral. Nothing else moves. It's coming from your glute. So think, my glute is squeezing to lift my leg, and I'm pulling that weight in towards me with my hamstring. We've got another layer. It's an option. Okay, so we're going to take it back. Now, as you lift your leg, can you take your opposite arm out? Imagine what it's going to feel like. Lift the arm at the same time. Bring everything back down. Swoosh. Back through center. Lift the arm and the leg. Good, so we've done this before, but now we're changing it up. A little bit of load, a little bit more choreography. Reach, feel that glute working. Swoosh, through center, reach, and down. Taking your time. Other arm is working to stabilize, so keep that shoulder down your back. Good, let's do 3 more. Abs are in, ribs are in. We are not letting our back take over. You don't need to lift that leg too high. Last one, holding it here. Little pulses with the knee, up and down. You can flex your foot now, and you can bring your hand down if you need to. Little pulses. Really stabilizing. This isn't easy. So we're going for 6 more. 5, 4, shoulders down in your back. 3, 2, 1. Bring your forearm down now, elbow sort of underneath your shoulder, soften the other elbow. Point through your back foot, we're going to circle. Keep squeezing that weight in towards you, shoulders down your back, crown of the head pulling away. And then last one this way, and then we'll reverse that circle. So working all the way around into the hip and the glutes. Abs are in and we're breathing. Last one. Bring it all the way back. Remove that weight. And then sit yourself up. Before we go on to the other side, we're going to go into our thigh stretch. So coming up into our kneeling position, knees underneath the hips, and heels in line with your knees. So make sure they haven't come out to the side. You're nice and parallel. I'm doing it this way so you can see the angle. We're going to spin the tailbone under, and as you pull back, reach the arms forwards. The ribs are in, the tailbone's tucked. So we haven't arched our back. Everything is pulling in, rib to hip connection, and then lift yourself back up. Exhale, we draw everything in. Gaze down your body, and inhale. Gaze down your body, and inhale. Okay, there's a few options here. So you can carry on. You can also bring the block in between your thighs and give it a little squeeze and lift your weights up. Okay, elbows in like we did before. This time we're going to take it back, but reach one arm forwards and then come back up through. So that block is just giving you some feedback that you need to pull everything into your midline. So really nice little inner thigh workout too. So we're stretching the quads, challenging ourselves, really tucking that tailbone under. Keep your gaze slightly lower. Okay, now let's add on, if you would like, double arm, and then pull those elbows back, lift the chest this time. Double arm, pull it back, lift the chest, swing those elbows back. Now pull everything in. So you've got that subtle C curve going on in your spine. Lovely. Okay, last 3. Elbows back, 2. And then last one. Good. Everything back through center. Let's bring ourselves around into our kneeling position again. Get the block ready for the other side. Okay, bringing that left leg out and taking your weights into your left hand. So we go again with our triceps, and all about that length through your body, right? So the crown of the head lifting. You haven't jutted your head forwards. You're thinking ears over the shoulders. Lift and lower. This knee is underneath your hip. We'll take that little stretch in a minute because I forgot. So keep thinking about that. You've got 6 more here. Elbow stays nice and high. 5, shoulder is plugged into your back. Ribs are in. 4. You got this. 3 more. And 2. And last 1. Really good. Okay, little stretch before we get into that side kick, kneeling positioning. So your hips need to be a little bit open for this. Good. Okay, coming down, hand can go on your block, and your hip is over your knee. Extend your leg. Let's bring both weights down, elbow it up. So take a little rotation, feel that nice stretch, and lift. Gaze moves with your weights. Tuck the back toes under if you'd like. Remember, your heel of your hand is underneath your shoulder. Inhale, exhale. Okay, this underneath glute needs to start squeezing a little bit now as we start to lift the leg. Inhale and exhale. How does this side feel? Remember, you're almost imagining what it's going to feel like to lift your leg before you even do it. So engage from the center and then lift. Take that moment, that split second. Last couple. Good. And then with this last one, we'll lift it up. We take that option of bringing the weights to your center as you lift and lower that leg, or extending them out and adding a little bit of load. Your chest is open. I know that underneath glute needs to squeeze. Can you thrust your hip forwards a little bit? Got 4 more. And 3. So where you notice which side is a little bit stronger. 2, your leg is straight. Last one. Good. Fold everything in. Bring the block to the side. Grab onto one weight. Goes behind your knee. Okay, so we do those little swooshes. Heels of the hands underneath the shoulders. We swoosh the foot across and back. So nice little side stretch down the left side of your body now. Cinching in through the right, shoulders down your back. So make sure that you have got enough space and your knees are underneath your hips. Your spine can really elongate. Last couple. Then we're going to add that lift. So bring it back through parallel. Gaze is down, lift the leg from the glute, knee is facing down, thigh bone rolls in. So we're not turning our leg out. If you gaze down, make sure that knee is facing towards your mat. It's not going out to the side. Okay, so think about the inner thigh and inner knee leading the way. You should get a little bit of oblique work going on here as you cinch in the right side of your waist and lengthen the left. From the center. Good, 3 more. And then we'll add on the arm if you're feeling it today. Okay, let's get that arm involved. Remember, we think about how it's going to feel. Then we lift and bring it down, back and center. Lift. And it's really nice to find the flow here. Obviously, we're really concentrating, but we don't want to be rigid. We want to inhale and exhale and move and flow. Keep that knee facing down. It's going to want to turn out. 3 more here. And 2. Last one, holding it here. Little pulses. Let's flex that foot. Pulse. Pulse. Knee faces down. Press into that left arm. Shoulder down your back. For 6. Your shoulders are square. Ribs are in. And 3. And 2. And 1. Bring the forearm down. Point through the foot. We circle. Whew, breathing in, breathing out. Good. Drawing in from that center. Then reversing the circle 4 each way. 3 and 2. Last one. Beautiful. Bring it all the way down. Okay. Bring those weights to the side. Flip yourself onto your back. Just take and lay down onto the mat. Feet together, knees slightly apart. Reach your arms behind you and just rock your head side to side. Take a lovely deep breath in and an exhale out. Just holding yourself in this position where you just allow yourself to drop down into that mat. Noticing how your body feels. And then when you are ready, bring those knees together. Circle your arms in, bring your knees towards your chest to give yourself a really good little stretch. Another deep breath in and exhale out. Hands behind your thighs. Let's roll our way up and you are done.